Hello everyone. So this is lecture 1 of unit 3. In unit 3 we will learn about chopper fed DC motor drives. So in this first lecture I will discuss about motoring and regeneration operation of chopper fed separately excited DC motor drive. So choppers are used to get variable DC voltage from a fixed DC voltage source. Okay. Choppers are also called as DC-DC converters. So already you have learned lot of DC-DC converters like buck converter, boost converter, buck boost converter. All those converters we can use to construct chopper fed DC drives. Okay. So we are using one control switch. At least one control switch is used in construction of DC chopper. So that control switch previously we were using thyristors because thyristors are having good voltage and current ratings, but the thyristor is having problem of commutation, so extra commutation circuit is required to turn off the thyristors. Okay. But nowadays we are most preferring MOSFETs, IGBTs and GTOs because they can be easily turned off with a very small control signal. Okay. And also they can be operated at high switching frequency. So high switching frequency will result in a reduction in ripple current and elimination of discontinuous conduction. Okay. So using chopper control, DC motors can be operated in any of the four quadrants or their combination, which is not possible in case of phase control rectifier control that you have learned in the previous unit. So first I'll discuss chopper control of separately excited DC motor. First I'll discuss about this motoring operation. Okay. So in figure A, you can see here we are having one separately excited DC motor. So we are having one armature circuit and one field circuit. Field circuit is supplied separately and armature circuit is connected like this. So this chopper actually we are having one control switch and one freewheeling diode. The freewheeling diode is connected in parallel with the armature circuit and switch is connected in series with the supply voltage. Okay, so this is a fixed supply voltage and the voltage applied across the armature is VA. The current drawn by the armature circuit is IA. So since I am discussing motoring operation, this armature current will be entering into the armature circuit. Okay, and you can see from this diagram, whenever this switch is on, so this freewheeling diode will be reverse biased and this circuit will be opened. Okay, so armature circuit voltage will be equal to the supply voltage. Okay, and since this armature is directly connected with the supply, so the current through this inductor will get rise because it is storing energy from the input supply. Okay, so the current will rise. So from this diagram you can see the armature voltage VA, whenever the switch is on, this period t is equal to 0 to t is equal to t on, the armature voltage will be equal to the supply voltage Vs. Then when it is off, the supply voltage will become 0 because this freewheeling diode will be short circuit at that time and this armature current will continue through this and this freewheeling diode. Now whatever energy is stored in this inductor will be supplied to this back EMF and some energy will dissipate in this resistor. Okay, so the current, since energy is falling, so the current will fall. Okay, so during off time, whenever this chopper is off, this VA will be equal to 0 and the armature current will fall. Okay, so you can see from this diagram B, the armature voltage is Vs from 0 to T on, the switch is on. Whenever the switch is off, the voltage is 0, armature voltage is 0. Similarly, you can see armature current, it is rising from some minimum current to some maximum current, then from some maximum current again it will come to the initial level. Okay, and we are considering here continuous current conduction mode. Okay. Also you can see that this armature current will always be positive because the current through this switch will be in one direction. Okay. And the current in this freewheeling diode also will be in that one direction. So armature current is always entering into the armature circuit. So here we are having positive voltage, VA is positive, and positive current. So that means quadrant 1 operation. So this is quadrant 1 operation. Multiplication of voltage and current will be the power. So the power is positive. That means power is drawn from the supply. So this is the motoring operation. This diagram I will discuss next. So this chopper actually we call class A chopper. In literature you will find that this configuration of the chopper circuit is called class A chopper. Okay. So we can find what will be the average voltage. So we have to find what is average voltage that is applied to this armature circuit. Okay, because this T, the frequency is very high, so this time period is very small. Okay, so we have to calculate what is the average armature voltage that is applied across the armature circuit. So that is 1 upon time period 0 to T on Vs dt. The armature voltage from 0 to T on it is Vs, and from T on to T it is 0. So we are neglecting that part. So we are getting Vs, this is T on upon T times Vs. So T on upon T we can define as duty cycle. Some book you'll find it is given by delta, some book you'll find it is given by alpha or D, whatever symbol you can use. So duty cycle times input voltage. Okay. For separately excited DC motor, we also know that armature voltage is equal to back EMF plus drop in the armature circuit. So this is at steady state. If we are considering the instant voltage, then drop across the inductor will also come into picture. But in steady state, the average voltage across the inductor will be 0. So we are not considering that. Okay. So IA, the armature current, will be VA minus E upon RA. Now you can substitute what is armature voltage, that is duty cycle times input voltage minus E upon RA. So this is the armature current expression. Also speed we can write armature voltage divided by K phi. Ke phi, if you remember in the previous classes I discussed that armature voltage upon Ke phi minus T times RA upon Ke phi square. So since this is separately excited DC motor, we are flux is constant. So Ke phi we are taking another constant, that is K. So I can write it VA, that is armature voltage upon K minus T times RA upon K square. So we can substitute the armature voltage value, that is duty cycle times input voltage upon K minus T RA upon K square. So if we change this duty cycle delta, we can change the speed torque characteristics. So you can see here that in this part y is equal to mx plus c type equation. So this is the intercept part, and this is slope is slope is RA upon K square, and T is x. Okay, so we are not changing this part, so slope will remain the same. Only intercept part, that is this part, is getting changed because of delta. So speed torque characteristics actually will shift up or down, but slope will remain the constant. If we are having higher delta value, so if we increase the delta value, the characteristic will shift upward. If we decrease, then we are coming to the downward side. Only this intercept value is getting changed. That we can find from this equation, delta times Vs upon K, that will be the speed, no load speed you can say, because torque is 0. This axis torque is 0, so we will call that no load speed. torque is 0 means armature current is 0. Current is 0 means there is no load. So this will call no load speeds. Okay. Now, so far I discussed armature current has been assumed ripple free and accordingly waveforms were sketched. Actually, the motor armature current will rise during chopper on period and it will fall during off period. Okay, so actual current you will see that once it is on, so it is rising exponentially, then it is falling exponentially. So previous cases I discussed that it was increasing and decreasing linearly, but actual current if you want to find, that will be exponential in nature. Okay, so it is increasing, then it is falling, then again it is increasing exponentially, then again it is falling exponentially. So the input current, actually this part, the armature current and input supply current, they are same. Okay, and this part, actually this part of the current is freewheel through the diode. So this part you can see here, it is freewheeling through the diode. So this will be the total time period. Okay, so armature current, if you want to find what will be the exact expression, that will be given by Vs minus supply voltage minus the back EMF divided by R, 1 minus e to the power minus RT upon L plus I minimum e to the power minus R upon L times T. This expression you can find by writing the basic equation, that is the supply voltage will be equal to the back EMF voltage plus drop in the armature circuit plus LA DIA or DT. Then you have to integrate armature current from 0 to T on, then from T on to this time. Okay, so if you do that, so first part from 0 to T on, if you integrate that part, armature current you can find like this. Okay, so in the second part actually, so first part you can see here, this I minimum, the initial part, e to the power minus RT upon L. Okay, so this part if you want to find, so initial current will be Imx, so substitute here Imx, that is I max e to the power minus RT upon L, and whenever the circuit is off, what will be the equation? It is connected through freewheeling diode. You see here, whenever the switch is off, so armature voltage is actually 0 because freewheeling diode will now come into picture. So in that part actually what we do, in first part if we substitute Vs to be 0, so we will get the expression for the armature current in the off time. So this is minus Ea upon R, 1 minus e to the power minus RT upon L. Now we are starting from this point, so we are writing I max e to the power minus RT upon L. Okay, so from this expression you can see, if time is very large, if you want to find what is the steady state expression, time is very large, so time, if t is equal to infinity, so this part will become 0, this part will become 0, so we are having armature current to be source voltage minus back EMF divided by R simply. Similarly during off time it is minus Ea upon R. Okay, now I'll take some problems. So in first problem, the chopper is used for on-off control of a DC separately excited motor, has supply voltage of 230 volt DC and an on time of 10 millisecond and off time of 15 millisecond. We have to neglect armature inductance and assuming continuous conduction of motor current. We have to calculate the average load current when the motor speed is 1500 rpm and has a voltage constant of 0.5 volt per radian per second. The armature resistance is given to be 3 ohms. Okay, so first we have to find what is duty cycle. T on upon T on plus T off, T on upon total time 10 upon 10 plus 15, that is 0.4. So armature voltage we can find once duty cycle is given, we can find what will be the armature voltage. So armature voltage will be 230 volt times duty cycle. That will be equal to back EMF plus drop in the armature circuit. Okay. So back EMF again we can write Km into omega m. If you remember, that was K phi into omega. So K phi we are taking constant because this is separately excited motor. So phi flux is constant. So we are taking one constant Km times omega m plus IaRa. Now substitute all those values. So here Km is given to be 0.5. I substituted here. Now speed, you see this constant is given volt per radian per second. That means speed we have to take in radian per second. Okay. So radian per second, 1500 rpm is given. We can convert into radian per second by multiplying 2 pi upon 60. Then plus Ia, armature circuit resistance is given to be 3 ohm. Substitute here, we can find what will be the motor load current. Now coming to the second problem. This is a very good problem. A separately excited DC motor is fed from 220 volt DC source through a chopper operating at 400 Hz. This is a switching frequency. The load torque is given to be 30 Newton meter at a speed of 1000 rpm. The motor has armature resistance to be 0. Armature inductance is given 2 millihenry and constant Km is given 1.5 volt second per radian. Neglecting all motor and chopper losses, you have to calculate the minimum and maximum values of armature current and the armature current excursion. Excursion actually that is ripple, current ripple. Then you have to calculate what is armature current expression during on and off periods. Okay. So resistance is neglected. Armature current varies linearly between its minimum and maximum values. So we can find what is average armature current because torque is given, constant is given. Torque is given to be 30 Newton meter and constant is given 1.5 volt second per radian. Substitute here, we can find what will be the armature current. So armature current found to be 20 ampere. Now we have to first find what will be the back EMF. So speed is given and constant is given. Constant Km is given 1.5 volt second per radian. Speed is given 1000 rpm. Okay, with the help of these two parameters we can find what will be the back EMF. So back EMF is coming to be 157.08 volt. So motor input voltage, duty cycle times input voltage is equal to back EMF plus drop in the armature circuit resistance. So back EMF we calculated here 157.08 and RS armature circuit resistance is 0, so we are taking 0 here. So duty cycle we find from this equation, we can find what will be the duty cycle. Input voltage is given 220 volt. Substitute here. Here we substituted back EMF. This part is 0, so we can find what is the duty cycle. So duty cycle comes to be 0.714. Now switching frequency is given. We can find what will be the time period. So time period will be 1 upon 400, that is 2.5 millisecond. So duty cycle is given and time period is given. We can find what will be the on and off times. So on time will be duty cycle times t, off time will be 1 minus duty cycle times t. So on time we find 1.785 millisecond, off time we find 0.715 millisecond. Now we have to find what will be the slope during on and off times. Okay. So on times we can write the equation. So drop in the armature circuit, drop in the inductance of the armature plus back EMF will be the armature voltage. Armature voltage during on time will be Vs, that is supply voltage. So we can find what will be the dIa over dt. Okay, so we can find the current slope. So that is Vs minus E upon L. substitute all these values. Vs is given to 20 volt. Back EMF we calculated here 157.08 divided by inductance. Inductance is given 2 millihenry, so 0.02 henry. Substitute here, we find what is the slope. Similarly, during off time, Vs is 0. Substitute Vs 0 here, minus Ea upon L we are getting. So minus 157.08 divided by 0.02. Okay, so this we are getting minus 7854 ampere per second. Once we got that, we can find what will be the maximum and minimum current expressions. So maximum will be minimum, that is y is equal to mx plus c type line. So intercept is I mean, slope m is dia or dt. Okay, times t. If you want to find what is the maximum value of the current, t is equal to, we have to substitute t on. Okay, so you see from this. So if we want to find this value, so this is actually a constant line because it is given in the problem. So this point, if you want to find, we have to substitute t is equal to t on. Coming to that problem, so I mean plus dia or dt we calculated here, that was 3146 ampere per second, and on time we already calculated, that is 1.785 milliseconds. So converting into seconds, so I max is equal to this equation. Again, another equation we can derive from the armature current. So armature current is actually the average current. Okay, so armature current is I max plus I min divided by 2, that is average of maximum and minimum values, and that is given to be 20 ampere. See here, 20 ampere we calculated from the torque expression. Substitute this 20 here, so I max plus I min is equal to 40. So we are getting one more equation. Now this equation and this equation if we solve, so we can find what is I max and I min. Okay, so solving these two equations, we are getting I maximum to be this value and minimum value to be this value. Okay, now if we want to find what is the ripple, so we have to subtract these two values. Okay, now second part, you have to calculate armature current expressions during on and off periods. So again the same thing we have to do. Armature current will be mx plus c. Slope we have to find during on time. We have to find what is intercept. Intercept is I mean. Slope is dia or dt times t. X is here t. So armature current will be Ia will be equal to minimum current plus slope during on time times t. Substitute all these parameters. I minimum we calculated here. dia or dt during on time it was calculated times t. Substitute here, we are getting armature current expression to be this during 0 to t on. Similarly, turn off time we can again find what is the slope times y is equal to mx plus c. So here you can see the intercept is now I max. Okay, substitute all these quantities, you will get this expression. Now coming to the regenerative braking. So in this actually we have changed the positions of the switches. So here you can see that diode is connected in series with the supply voltage, and the control switch is connected in parallel with the armature circuit. Okay, whenever this is on, so this is short circuited, the armature voltage will become 0. Okay, and whenever this is off, so whatever energy stored in this armature circuit will be fed back to the source. Okay, so you can see armature current is out of the armature circuit. So that means the armature is whatever energy stored in the armature is fed back to the supply, and whenever this is on, So whatever stored energy in this inductor will circulate through this path. So first we are having this circuit off. Okay, this regenerative braking mode I'll discuss in the next lecture, okay, because the video size will increase. So to cut off that, I'll discuss regenerative braking mode in the next lecture. Thank you.